Okay, this tutorial is going to take us through the menu options. I'm in the tutorial location, Unifier, and on the left hand side you'll see some of the options that you can do in World. It's not graphically pleasing at the moment as we're still in beta testing to make sure that everything works before we come up with a proper position GUI. First thing you might think to yourself is that I'm now in a location and the screen's too small. Because we're using a browser, you can use the View tool to zoom in, and make the screen a size that you would rather have. And you can press F11 to get rid of the top bar, so you get an even larger screen. In fact, I'll take a little bit further in. That'll do it. You also have these buttons. This only works with Internet Explorer. Unfortunately, Firefox, Opera, Safari have different commands. So I now have a much nicer screen. I also have the other option, which is to take me to full screen. But when I do that, I lose all text chat and all the other friends lists, locations, and stuff like that. But just to show it. And I'm now in full screen. Press it to go back, but it'll always stay like this. And back to this view. Again, this helps with your different screen resolutions, size, so you've got something exactly how you want the world to look. Next option to the side is to change camera view. This is what we call first person view, and this is third person view. First person view, the mouse becomes controls for the eyes, while in third person view you use either the A, W, S, D keys to move around or the cursor keys to move around. While moving over large distances, if you hold down the left shift key, your avatar will move very quickly in the direction it's facing. Try not to hold it down for too long, or as it keeps getting faster, so just tap it along and you'll find yourself covering large distances very quickly. I've just teleported myself back here to do the rest. The next row on the right hand side is the brightness buttons. Minus makes it darker, plus makes it brighter. Beside that is two magnifying glasses. Pressing minus will move the camera further away. Pressing positive will move the camera closer in. The next row is camera position. So by pressing the two on the right, you'll find you can rotate your camera around your avatar, and two on the left position your camera in relation to your avatar's height. If you ever find the camera has got in a position where you can no longer navigate, just use the cursor keys to move, and your camera will always default to the back, and then just move your camera further out. If you move the camera to a better position where you're more comfortable with, you can keep the camera in that position and move around using the AWSD keys. Again, using the left shift if you want to move around faster may become much more comfortable. The buttons below this, the red circle with an arrow, is click to move. When you click on this, you'll see a little toggle come up, and now when you click on the terrain itself, your avatar will move to that location. It won't rotate as it thinks you're moving, again, long distances in a straight line. Just use your AWSD key to change your direction of view, and again, use your click to move around. The button next to it is teleport. When you click on this, teleport stations will appear. These are only visible to yourself and not to anybody else. And these work in either one of two ways. You either click on a sign on the teleport station, or you just walk into a teleport station and click, and it will teleport you to the next station. This is really useful if you're doing a tour or a guided walk, where you can just go from one location to the next without travelling hundreds of miles. The buttons below, we have minimap on and off. You'll see in the top right hand corner a map showing your location, your position. Oh, just teleported. And where you are, the orange dot, and you'll see little yellow dots of other people as you move around. You can switch this in and on or off using the minimap toggle. And the final button on this part of the GUI is the Go Home button. If you find yourself in some location where you're completely lost, if you press the Go Home button, you will always appear at the original point of arrival on any location. The next buttons are moving, where you can press buttons to actually navigate your avatar. When you move left or right using the keys, you'll see you move 90 degrees. If you wish to just move a slight angle, use the keys to move yourself around 5 degrees when you're in position. The last one on the GUI in third person is the volume control. Again, full volume is standard, and you can just turn it right down to it. Unfortunately, the way this software works, you can hear me talking, but you can't hear the world. It's just the way it works, I'm afraid, but trust me. So these all work in third person. If we go into first person view, where your mouse becomes your eyes, you can look in a 360, completely up, completely down. If there's something you want to zoom in on, you can press the space bar and you'll see a little warning coming up saying your view lock is locked. Now if you move your mouse, you don't move around the screen. Mouse released, mouse locked. And then you can use your camera controls to zoom in, move to the thing you're wanting, and move right in to see any detailed trees, grass, high definition pictures, anything you want. And when you're finished, just come out of third person view and see your avatar again. If you wish to be in first person view and actually and see where and actually move, you can use the cursor buttons on the GUI, and that will move you in the direction that your camera is looking at. So if I point towards that, let's see something here. If I point up there, lock it, and start moving in that direction, we'll move towards it. And when I come out of third person, you'll see, the camera's gone behind some trees, that the avatar moves with me. Okay, the last thing we want to show in this part of the tutorial is these are called poster blocks. They're using assets uploaded by a user, so they're dynamic, and by clicking on them, you can actually zoom right on the screen and cycle through presentation files such as PowerPoint. And as you see, when you move them, other people see them being moved as well. We also have tutorials as part of a teleport, so by clicking on in-world menu, what we're doing just now, you'll be teleported to a screen that can also take you through these tutorials. The last thing to show in here is to walk through a door. As you can see here, if your mouse goes over a door that's interactive, you'll see particles emanating from it. And as you walk to it and collide with it, you'll load up a new location. That's all for just now. We'll have another look at more locations in another tutorial.